Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Okay, so we finished the DeepSeek series. Lots of people are actually very interested in it now. Sub of mine asked me, "So, are we gonna get more stuff? I would like to see a part two to this." It's like I said to them, "Okay, that's kind of cool, but let's see when R2 drops, or maybe on Quen." I'm now getting into the building type of stuff. This is more of the action, as most people like to call it. Yeah. So first one we're going to be doing is I made one of my first things I made. This is on a different AI. It's an AI that I'm not. Again, the company really is, how do you say it? Not that great. They don't like smart people or anyone challenging their intelligence. But again, it is what it is. As they say, this is kind of like the dot-com era right now, where everyone's trying to do their own AI, and then the people who, I guess, how do you say, treat their customers well will survive, like Amazon and Pinterest and all this type of stuff. And then the people who don't, well, they just won't exist. So even browsers and everything, same thing, to a certain degree. But originally, I made a financial dashboard off of another application, and I made it more for trading. And then I did another restaurant type of application for like KFC. It goes straight to the kitchen, and then you don't have to worry about anything like the kiosk. Instead of that, you can just order from the website, and then it goes straight to the kitchen. You don't have to worry about making a reservation. You don't have to worry about talking to anyone. You don't have to worry if there's a big line. Nothing. Boom. I put your email, put this, put that. Okay. Boom, and then you're good. And then that's kind of it. But Europe being Europe, being Europe, being Europe, being Europe, and especially the Mediterranean. No, why would I want to use that? You know how it is, siesta, fiesta, and enjoying my life and not really understanding everything, because being ignorant is very important. It's part of the culture. Yeah, apparently it is. You know how it is here. We need to enjoy our lives and everything, and it's okay if we're behind, because yeah. So basically, good luck with that, because now a lot of countries now aren't going to be trading with you because you don't want to adapt. So now basically it's kind of like the mafia. You either do this or we break your fucking legs. So now other countries, America, a lot of Asian nations are refusing to trade with Europe. So now Europe is basically kind of like, okay, we have to implement this, not because we really want to, well, because if not, then we won't be able to trade with other countries. Like going to the example of the mafia breaking your fucking legs, or maybe you don't. Then it's true. This is now what people are using. But look, all the firings and everything that I showed before. It's AI, or there's a door. That's it. So Europe will eventually be. When I say Europe, I mean places like Germany, the UK, all these other countries. I don't really. No one really includes Eastern Europe, all like Poland and all those other places, because they want to be separate. But the funny thing is that there are a lot those countries in Eastern Europe. They're a lot more advanced than the rest of Europe, because they have a lot of connections to Asia, and they trade a lot with it. So they're really, really good trading partners. Oh, and people, Eastern Europe, they're backwards. It's a backwater frigging town. Nobody, you should see the shit that they have. It's insanity. Compared to the rest of Europe, compared to what we consider Europe, no, they're way advanced. They got these things that I look at and I'm just like, nah, man, this is yeah, because they want to advance, because they don't want to go back to how it used to be, where they were always behind. They're and they don't, and it's impressive. And I'm looking at, holy shit, it's basically like Asia in a way, because obviously they trade a lot with Japan, China, all these places, and they have a really good relationship with them. The rest of Europe is just it's okay, mid 2000s, 90s, enjoy life. And how's that turning out now? People don't want to trade with you. So now they're being forced. So it is what it is. As they say, I never was a big social person. I never like it. I always found it as like, fuck, I gotta go outside and talk to people, and like as they say, I'm more of an internet type of person because obviously I knew that it was going to be very very beneficial. Now look what happened with the lockdowns and everything. Now that's how people are doing. Like, no, I need, what's your social media? What's this? What's that? Oh, wow, you're an influencer. Like, what do you do? And like, it's completely different how it was before, pre pandemic. But now it's post pandemic, and it's like that's the way it is. I don't know. Like, it's great, but that's the future, and we're gonna continue going like this. But I read something today that Amazon now 80% of the factory and stuff is now with AI and robots. So what can you do? So adapt or die. So that's kind of it. So let's get into the this. So I did this. So I modified it, and you can amplify certain things. So let's say you want to make your own little dashboard, finances, or whatever it could be. And then you're kind of like, okay, I want to do this. It's called the interactive artifact system. So what that is that an interactive artifact system is, you know how in like stuff as a like, you know, Total Recall and all that type of stuff, and they had all these types of like I guess stations, if you want to call them that. And people used to type stuff in, and then you can kind of see like AR type of models, augmented reality. That's what it's called. I think that would be the big next step. It's getting overshadowed by AI, but I'm also very interested in that. And then you can see the model, and then you can see it being built in a certain way, and it had all this cool type of like code, and yeah, that's what it is basically. So you would type that in, and then it would start building it. So for example, like obviously this is the built result. Right here, Quantum Skynet. Yeah, but even like Terminator and all this kind of predicted it. So it will build everything for you based on this. You would type in your prompt, or like, let's say you would have like a PDF or like a Word, and then you would just type in, can you please turn this PDF into whatever whatever it could be that you want to build, and then based off of whatever you want to build. And then this is financial blah blah blah, and then based off of this that it already has, so it will just search up based on the memory or the list that it has, the information that it's gathered, and then you would get such and such. Then it will build it for you, no problem. I'll create, as I say, I'll give you the text right here, and this is the end result of that right here, and then. For example, you got dashboards, you got markets. Obviously, it's this is just it's supposed to be like, at times it's just kind of like an example. I already have it already built already in a couple of other ones, like self-hosting, and then you got all this. So then it would build the code for you right here, or if you want to copy it into like, let's say like another type of builder app. To give you something better, so like GenSpark, for example, you would copy to GenSpark or something similar. Copy the code right here, and then it'll scan it, and then it's like, can you please make this interactive based off of and then you will copy it into a Word file, which is called a DOXC file, and then can you please make this based on this, and can you keep it the same at 100,000, or can you modify it a little more, make it 300,000, and then it will just have all that. It will scan it, and then it'll build it, and then GenSpark then will give you something. Here is your such and such, and can you please rename it? I don't know. I named it Erica because this is called Claude, which is kind of funny, human names. But then you can do this, and then, or can you please name it? I don't know, Michael or Jennifer or whatever you want to call it. And then it'll be built, and then you would see your live results, and it'll be a lot more interactive. You can do stuff more with it. This is kind of this. You can interact with type of stuff, but sometimes it is a little bit buggy. But even they say like at times there will be bugs, and at times there will be mistakes. So there is Sonnet 4, which is really good. I built this on the previous one, 3.7, but So you have Sonnet 4, and then you got all the other models. I use 3.7, which wasn't too bad. Haku is not that great. I used Haku as well. Opus is really, really good. I already used it, but on Blackbox when I did my review. I already said some stuff, and then you can do this. So obviously you would have this, and then based on the current indicators, it'll give you like kind of like a summary. So you can build your like financial dashboard for finances or whatever else you want to build. So that would be kind of it. And then there would be your prompt. So let's say you're probably thinking, okay, apart from a Word file or a PDF or something, what else can I do? Like, okay, now let's say, okay, so this is financial data. Okay, so now this is a big question that most people are going to ask me, and I already know it's coming there. I'm going to answer in the comment section. I have a feeling if I were to post this without answering this question. Okay, so what if I have, let's say, an Excel file or a Google Docs or whatever it could be, like some other financial stuff? Could I export that from a certain other application like Bloomberg, or as you already kind of mentioned, Yahoo Finance, or could I export that? And yeah, you could. And then after whatever the file name it might be, obviously DOX files were, PDF is still PDF, or like whatever it could be. Then you can do that and then put it in and then add better information, because you got to remember the fact is that the more information you add to this, the better results. So then I'll have a deeper understanding. Okay, so now it has a deeper understanding. So now you could probably more than likely make better predictions on the financial market or whatever it could be. And then, okay, now I have more information on Tesla because I'm invested in Tesla. I'm invested in Amazon. I'm invested in whatever it could be, or whatever you want to add to it as well, based off of your trading or based off of more information. You can web scrape as well, and then you could convert that data from a web file, which is a web PH, to a PDF. Just do that, and then you can just add that too. But it's all about the information. This is a financial dashboard, and then I'm going to be going into like some other type of stuff as well. There are some other projects I'm working on that I won't be doing just yet because I just to finalize some stuff. But like there are the other stuff I will be working on. And then if there's any other ideas that people want to give me in the comment sections, don't feel shy. I'll cover it too. As well, because this is more of the builder app, and then as I say, you would export it into something like GenSpark, and then you can like realize it a little bit more, maybe Blackbox to a certain degree, but they don't have the hosting yet, so you would have to do something like GoDaddy. But again, GenSpark would be the idea. So there's that. So that's how you would build obviously a financial dashboard, and then throughout the series I might get more creative, and how would you make a game, or how would you do this, or whatever it could be. And yeah, feel free to comment some ideas, because as I say, this is more of the building app. There are other building apps, but at the moment this one is one of the top ones. So yeah, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Mr. Z signing out.